Just ask yourself if this really feels like the Middle Earth from the books. Ask yourself that. So edgy and grim dark. So for the most part, I agree with what Eric Kane posited in his review of the Rings of Power. So in a really funny way, he broached all of the weak points in the Rings of Power. And he did it in a way that was really, really funny. He just kind of like went over the top with some of his examples and turned it into the comedy routine that it often is. I think the most powerful thing I enjoyed from his review is that he addressed some of the points that I was getting at, that the main problem with the Rings of Power is not some of the cosmetic things that many people are focusing on. It's more so some of the in-depth issues like the writing itself. The problem is that what they created looks more like a run-of-the-mill fantasy show and less like a Tolkien movie, in quotation marks, and more importantly, really doesn't seem very close to the source material. The really powerful point is that originally the storyline wasn't simply just a war storyline. I think he does a really great job, for example, of addressing Galadriel and just the way that they created Galadriel as a kind of Terminator. So someone said that this article was really like mean-spirited. I don't think it was really mean-spirited, because I think most of what he said was really tongue-in-cheek. And I think he really addressed in a nice way like some of the problems with the plot they've created and the fact that they have 4 separate storylines. I like also that he doesn't let Peter Jackson off the hook, that he also addresses some of the issues or the hang-ups that he had with Peter Jackson's movies. Another really great point that Eric Kane brings up in his article is it's not so much that Hollywood has strayed from Middle Earth, it's that they feel, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, they feel that they know better. And I think that's really sort of the thing that when I look at just fans in general of Tolkien, what probably really rubs them the wrong way is that Hollywood is just sort of like acting like they know better. And they're not even really making an effort in this situation with Amazon's show to really represent the material as it was presented. So I really think that overall the article really was fair. And it was fair because it really addressed a lot of the issues that the show has. And the core issues that the show has is that the show is not even attempting to get close to Tolkien. And that's really the problem. If the show had gotten really close to Middle Earth and then kind of done some Hollywoody quote-unquote things, that would have been different. But when we really look, for example, at this review that Eric Kane did, just ask yourself if this really feels like the Middle Earth from the books. Ask yourself that.